remember that you have the choice. Okay, we know the word of the day. So Toastmasters, this was one of my memories. But memories bring music, sometimes it brings magic, and it also brings. And without further ado, we can't actually but just commemorate the fact that Toastmaster or Dr. Rapsi Smedley started the journey of Toastmasters, helping more individuals to be more confident and discover themselves with their leadership skills. My fellow Toastmasters, Dr. Rapsi Smedley, started this journey since 1920s. It reached back to Bahrain in 1960s, and we still continue with the name Toastmasters clubs. Sanabis Toastmasters is one of the famous clubs which we support. One of the missions we have is to encourage more early birds in Bahrain, or to have more early birds in Bahrain, inshallah. Right, without further ado, the Toastmaster of the day, or the madam of ceremony of today, is in fact, even though a new member, but I love to always listen to her and pay attention of what she is going to say. I love the fact that we have diversity in our club. So without further ado, please welcome with me.
Yes. Can you open the meeting first? You didn't call the meeting to order.
Thank you for reminding me. Meeting number 395 is called to order after giving the presidential address. Right, so Toastmaster Atong, the floor is yours. Do you remember when? Toastmaster Atong.
Thank you, President, for your kind introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm humbled to be today's MC, and it's my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to Sanabis Toastmaster Club. Our meeting theme for today is Remember When, and the word of today is commemorate. When we think about our past, there are many events that makes us feel nostalgic. Let us take a quick walk down to our memory lane. Remember when memory lane, a trip down to our memory lane. Remember when was your first phone purchased? Does any of us been into this era? Members identify the model numbers. If members can participate here in this, I think I want to be more of an interactive, taking down the memory lane together.
Toastmaster Atong, what was the question, please?
So the question is, do you remember the model number of these models?
The number of the models?
The model number of these models. These are a few very famous Nokia models that have been in the past.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Nokia, you mean the BRICS model?
Yes.
It was really...
But I think there's an issue. I think Toastmaster Atong is trying to put up a slide, but that slide is not visible. What we can see what we can see is your screen. That's why the club is kind of confused what you're speaking.
Can you see this? Okay, can you see the screen now? No?
We are actually seeing a particular window. We are not seeing the slide.
Please tell me there's a problem with it.
I think you'll have to stop sharing and then share the slide.
All right. Is it okay now?
No, we don't.
Same. Now okay.
Yeah. Now we know.
Now it is okay?
Yeah.
Yes,
Great.
yes, now it's okay. Yeah.
So any of us remember when was your phone purchased? That was my first question. And if it looks familiar, let's go down to details.
Actually,
I remember.
my first phone was older than these. It was the Alcatel, really brick with the antenna. I remember the phone is really
Very big one.
yes, it's very bulky and takes a
Agree.
whole bag.
Yeah, this is the terrorist phone.
Oh, yeah, but it's
Oh my
scary, you know.
God.
Even if you put yourself in a grave, you can't get connection over there. It's really scary, you know. They're from Ericsson, I think. Yeah.
I remember my first phone. I got my first phone when I graduated from university. My sister bought it for me as a gift, and I got the number from my sister's husband. He went to Betelco and got this special number for me, and it's the first and last number I have. I still have it.
For this one, the mobile, the blue one is 3300.
No, that is 3110, I think.
3300, I think.
You think?
Ahmed
About
Atong.
300. First phone I have get it is N70 Music, which is not here. But this blue one, my dad was having it.
We used to play Snake on it.
And I
That's
was
Nasser
playing
football.
the Snake with it. Snake game.
Can I share my first phone?
Please.
My first phone was 6630 Nokia, and I got it when I was in the third intermediate school. So that was grade 9.
Wow.
You are
So
so
sorry to
special,
Master
Mahmoud.
football.
You're so special. I got it when I was in
Actually,
the last
just to
year
make it
of
short,
the school.
yeah, just to make it short, I don't want to take much from the participation time. So I used to beg a lot of. I used to beg a lot with lots of different ways and methods. I think you can ask me for any consultation about that.
I think you use your Toastmaster. You use your Toastmasters skills there.
But by the way, I still have the phone and I still commemorate it.
Mhm.
My first phone was the blue one. This is 3310. And I still remember I used to wait for phone calls and for messages. But today it's the other way around. In the second one, we see 6600, and the third one is a communicator. When we see people with this phone, it used to be like the iPhone now.
Yeah.
Great.
iPhone.
Without further ado, let me introduce to our functionary role players. Filling the role of timer, please help me welcome Toastmaster Abdul Nabi. DM Muhammad Abdul Nabi, can you please define your role to us?
Ahmed introduced his role before, I think.
Morning again.
As Toastmaster Fadhel said, I already introduced my rule, but again, let me say, use the word of the day, commemorate. Okay, use the word of the day, commemorate, and wish you all the best. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Okay, so sorry again, there was a confusion. So filling the role of a timer, please help me welcome TM Abdulaziz. TM Abdulaziz, can you please turn your role to us?
Yes, good morning to Toastmaster Atong and all of you guys. As a timer of today's meeting, I'll be recording the duration of each speech and table topics. And also I'll be notifying the speakers about the time, the green zone, red zone, and the yellow zone by these following slides that you can see in my background. Can you see it changing now?
Yes.
خلاص, perfect. So I'm done here. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Atong.
Thank you, DM Abdulaziz. Now we have filling the role of ad counter. Please help me welcome DM Rokaya. DM Rokaya, can you please define ad counter role to us?
Good morning, everyone. To have a very good speech, we have to be fluent without using the fillers, the past fillers like or and repeated word, and sometimes the mother tongue language, which is not English, is Arabic, any other things. So I am here to count for all the members, whoever speak during the meeting, even myself right now, I have 2 past fillers. So this will give us more opportunity to speak without any having difficulties and thinking during the speech and not have a sound like we are thinking and speaking and we don't have past fillers. So let's go and let's have a fun in this meeting with less past fillers, and those having more than like the top past fillers, I will assign the king and queen after during the final report. Back to you.
Thank you, Dame Rukaya. We have another important role player, which is a listener. Filling the role of listener, please help me welcome DM Derhana. DM Derhana, can you please define your role to us?
Hello, good morning to all fellow Toastmaster. My role today is a listener, and I will observe and listen to all the speakers, and I'll pick some important question, and I will try to ask everyone in order for us to get attention to all the speakers. We all try to listen and observe, because I will try to ask question if anyone get attention, even myself too. So that is my role for today. I hope everyone will be fine. Thank you, Toastmaster, and back to you, Toastmaster Atong.
Thank you, DM Derhana. Let's stick to our memory lane again. Can you see the screen, Toastmasters? Great.
Yeah.
Remember when we used to listen to the music using pillow tools? Can you name them? Do you remember? Have we been in this era?
One is Walkman. The second one, I'm not sure.
CD player. CD
player.
Yeah, it's a CD player. I don't know what's it called.
There is a specific name for it, yeah.
Discman. Is it Discman? One is Walkman, the left, I think.
I think Discman, something like this. I was having one. Instead, I have one. I think it's in my books, but I don't remember the name.
Is that first one a cassette player?
I think it's a recorder. cassette recorder.
I got one, but I didn't use it. I think it's iTunes, something like that. I don't remember it. But I do remember that I used the Walkman when I was in school. And I used the CD player when I was teaching to play music for my students.
Whoa.
And the third one, any attempt for the third
MP3.
product?
An MP3 player.
The first one is a Walkman. And the second one is Discman. And the third, of course, it's an MP3 player. How about this?
Oh my God.
Remember when we used to have
old.
This TV will become okay. If you kick it, it will become okay.
I'm very old, huh? I feel I'm very old. Oh my God.
Toastmaster Atong, I think my first television was Normandy. It was with the cover. Yeah, with the cover, four wooden legs. And that was like a godfather to the whole house, you know. And I commemorate that when a podcaster was shown on the TV, women would cover themselves. Cover themselves. Yeah, so.
Well, I have funny story about this kind of TV. Actually, we used to watch like TV shows at specific time. And I still remember how I imagined that the people go and enter the TV at that time to act out. And how silly I was to think about this.
In the left one, my grandmother house, they were having it, but in the right one, we were having this. And as Toastmaster Nasruddin Assad says, that one, my grandfather house, they were having it, and it was working even before 15 years back. It was working.
We had a Sony. Our TV was a Sony TV, and the first LCD was when I was in high school. Before that, it was this big Sony that I think that TV was as old as me.
No, the right one, we were having it. They commemorate. I remember. I commemorate that we were having it like when I was 5 or 6. Then LCD came, and we have the LCD. But the left one, my grandfather's house, they were having it. And even that, the Toastmaster Nasruddin Assad said we were having it. I mean, a grandfather's house.
Like today we have LAT or QLED or LCD. This was called CRT TV. The bulky was cathode ray tube TV. All right. Let's move to the next segment, prepared speeches session. I would like to introduce to you our first speaker, who indeed takes pride in being a STC member, who is none other than TM Ahmed. Before I call in TM Ahmed, I will have to introduce his individual evaluator. The Toastmasters, please help me welcome TM Mahmoud to read out the project objectives.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atong, my fellow Toastmasters and lovely guests. The purpose of Toastmasters Ahmed project is, and I believe it's the introduction to Toastmasters mentoring, and the purpose is for the member to clearly define how Toastmasters envisions mentoring. Number two is for the member to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege or as mentee. So I wish him all the best, Toastmaster Ahmed, with your speech title, Hold the Horses. I give back the control to you, Toastmaster Atong.
TM Ahmed Rida, title, Hold Your Horses. TM Ahmed Rida, the stage is yours.
Ahmed was a person who always in rush. Always he trying to answer the question before the instructor finish his question. Sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong. But at the end, he did not get full mark in the exam. Do you know why? Because he did not hold his horses. Hold your horses. First time I hear this word, it's from my instructor. I wonder because it's first time for me to hear that word. He told me, you are good, you are smart, but you need to hold your horses. I told him, what do you mean? I don't have horse. He told me, hold your horses. That means you have to take your time before answer. You have to be calm, then take the decision. You are good, but you are always in rush. You get angry first, quickly. So you need to control that. I was thinking about it. I say, okay, no need to be first at all, but I need to finish in good position. So from that day, I start holding my horses. Master of Ceremony, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest, good morning. This was my story during my courses. I always try to embarrass others by a quick answer. Some of them were wrong. That speech from my instructor changed me a lot. Why I should embarrass others? Why I should embarrass only myself? These words came with me in everywhere I go. I start hold my horses. I start control my anger. In each course, I don't go to answer first. I wait to hear the other answer. I learn from them. And this technique also came with me in Toastmaster. So I don't deliver a speech if I'm not ready at the beginning. But now I can deliver a speech even if it's impromptu. For me, it's no harm to make mistake because we learn from our mistakes. We are here for learning. Some of situations that happened to me where I hold my horses. So many times my children make a mistake. So at the beginning I was very angry, and then I start to think, what if I sit with them and I explain to them in quiet way what's the wrong and what's the perfect to do it. So this is one technique I've learned from Toastmaster to give evaluation for others in very good manner. So I start give it to them. If anybody from them make a mistake, I sit with him. This is your mistake. You did this one, but if you did that one in this way, it will be better for you. So they start learning from me, from my journey in Toastmaster. But in some area that I couldn't hold my horses. For example, Last week I had a car accident. When I was stopped in the traffic light and somebody came and hit me from backside. I just go down directly to see what happened. And the other guy who made that accident, he was searching for his mobile. I get angry because of that. Before he come to me to ask if there's any problem happened to me because of his act, he was searching for his mobile. I told him, you are driving and using your mobile. He said, go away, call the police. I get angry because of that. I was shouting on him at the first. Then I just take a second to think about it. What I will gain by shouting? I will lose my health, and what's this? I tell him, okay, I will call the police. I call the police. They took us to police station, and there I explained to him. He was using his mobile, and when I call him, why you did not? He tell me go away, and this is his act. He told him that why you hit him from backside. He said, no, I put a brake, but the brake was not working properly. I took a video that there was no brake sign at that place. He told him, we will take your car for testing. If the brake was working properly, you will be fine. He said, no, sorry, I was using mobile. He told him, okay, I get what I want, and he get fined for he get two fine because he was not following. So what I gained from shouting, I was thinking from beginning, no need to shout. Be calm and follow the rules, then you will get what you want. So what I get from holding my horses, I get a lot of benefit. First of all, I will not get anger very fast. Then I will learn from other mistakes to make my mistake less. At the end, it is my learning journey. So if I have to do something, I have to learn from it. Back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you, TM Ahmed. Let's move to the second speaker. I would like to introduce you to our second speaker, the one who appreciates and follows a very simple principle in her Toastmasters journey. She's none other than Dame Toastmaster Fiddah. Before I call in Dame Fiddah, I would like to introduce her individual evaluator. Please help me welcome Dame Jafar to read out the project objective.
Toastmaster Jafar, we cannot hear you.
Still no sound.
Dame Jafar, we still cannot hear you.
I don't mean to interrupt. If Toastmaster Jafar, we cannot hear him. If we can't hear him, it might take some time. Toastmaster Fadhel already has one project, so sorry for interruption. What I meant to say is the evaluation will be general.
All right. Great. So let me welcome the speaker, Dame Fiddah, title, big question.
Toastmaster Atong.
Yes, Jafar.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can, yes.
Okay. Sorry for this let's say, IT error. Good morning, everyone here, fellow Toastmaster of the day, and dear guest. Today, Toastmaster Fiddah will deliver a non-project speech, and it's my pleasure to evaluate her. So I will focus on the delivery and the content. Wish you all the best. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, DM Jafar. DM Fiddah, title, big question, DM Fiddah.
The husband is worried, feeling anxiety, kept going and coming back in the corridor of the hospitals. His wife is struggling to deliver a baby for 2 days. He texts both families, his family and her family, to pray for the safety of his wife and his baby. Wah, wah, wah! Congratulations, you have a baby boy. Master of ceremonies, Toastmaster, honored guests, congratulations on having a new baby born, a boy or a girl, no matter. Child is a new life. The new parents and the grannies are so excited on the arrival of the baby. Oh, he's so cute. He resembles his father. Oh, sweetie, he's adorable. He's an angel. He looks like his mother. Looking like his father or mother doesn't change the relationship between the two families, or love and laughter all around. Although the new parents cannot sleep very well, they have a special love towards the baby. They feed him, they dress him, they play with him, they talk with him. All care was given to the king of the family, the boss baby. They watch him grow day after day, crawling, stepping his first steps, having his first tooth, and uttering his first words. Say, Baba, Baba, say, Mama, Mama, Peekaboo, Peekaboo. All love and laughter all around. Definitely, the boy grows in a wonderful family. The boy reached 4 and they sent him to kindergarten. Listen, boy, be a good boy and smart like your daddy and mommy. Goodbye, son. Goodbye, daddy. Goodbye. The teacher in kindergarten said, he's a smart boy. He understands and learns things easily and wants to learn more. Definitely, you are great parents raising and supporting your child. The parents are so proud of their kid. The boy reached 5 and the teacher said, I like your boy. He likes to discover things and asks interesting questions. At home, the boy asked his mother, Mommy, how do I grow up to be like Daddy? Oh, sweetie, you want to grow up like your daddy? Then eat good food, eat vegetables, fruits, and drink milk. The boy asked his daddy, Daddy, can you cook like Mommy? Oh, son, I can cook, but not like your mommy. She's a good cook. The boy kept asking questions day after day. Mommy, where does rain come from? Did I come from an egg like the child? Silly questions. Don't ask these questions again. Don't you see I'm busy? You give me a headache. Go to your father. Daddy, where's God? Why we can't see him? Who's the God's father? Stupid questions. Don't ask these questions again. Go and play. Whenever the boy wants to ask a question, they stop him. Stop, no more questions. The teacher in school said, I've noticed that he has changed a few months ago. He doesn't do the classwork very well. He doesn't talk that much like before. And so to tell you that he annoys other kids. Listen, boy, the teacher told me that you bother other kids in class. Don't do that, son, okay? Don't do that. And I'll bring you a Kinder Surprise egg. The boy kept it quiet for the sake of Kinder Surprise egg. No questions, no talking. At the age of 8, the teacher said, he doesn't have any interest in learning and he shows aggressive behavior towards others. The boy already killed by his parents. Stop, no more questions, killed the boy at young age. Kinder Surprise Egg is created to suit the age of the children and their eagerness to discover and create. The secret of creativity is to ask more questions and have bold imagination. Your child sees you an encyclopedia to answer his questions, big questions about the world and life. In fact, no one should stop asking questions, even you. And whenever you hear a baby scream, wow, 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 congratulations, you have a new life to look after. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Fiddah. Let's move to the next session, table topic sessions. A Toastmaster who speaks multiple language, including Tagalog, and I'm still mistaken for a Kabayan in his eyes. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Said Fadhel. Toastmaster Said Fadhel, stage is yours.
Good morning, Toastmaster of the day, members, fellow Toastmaster. Today, my rules, table topics to help the members practice the art of improvisation and also help us think out of think on our feet. This helps us develop the vital communications skills. I have 4 questions for today. I hope you like it. We have in our life a lot of commemorate, and fellow Toastmaster is one of them. First question I have to choose. Can you describe the home you grow up in? The question is, can you describe the home you grow up in? Who is will be candidate? Who is be? The TM Nasser, you're welcome.
Those memories in the childhood never fade. Fellow Toastmasters, table topic master, wonderful guests. Back in 1972, 1973, at a place called Al-Sha'b in Kuwait. I spent the first steps of my childhood. The house was a compound house. My grandfather, his families, uncles were living downstairs, And upstairs, my father and us were living in that small flat. It was humble, it was simple. As I mentioned to you before, I commemorated the Normandy television, a cupboard. It's like a haunted television, I call it. And the thing is that I used to, every morning, from that little flat, go down, and guess what? I had a very strange interest. I sneaked out of the house every Friday and go to the police station that is next to us. And all the police station members know me. Oh, hello, Nasser, how are you? And they get me a chair, and I sit in front of those walkie-talkies, and a sound there, a sound from here, and sound, somebody was this. So it's a strange thing. And when my father wakes up, he knows where am I. So he calls the police station. Okay, Nasser is next to you. Yes, he's with us here, and so. So this habit grew or gave me the characteristics of loving to explore. I got the love of nature from my uncle. I remember our house, when we go down the yard, and there is a fountain in the middle, just like the style in Syria. And the house was actually big. We go to, we have nice neighbors. We go to the neighbors, we go to the neighborhood and the home place. It was a beautiful memory in back of the time, and I never forget it. Back to you, sir.
Thank you, TM Nasser. Second commemorate questions. Where did you go on holiday as a child? Where did you go on holiday as a child? Who will want to choose the question? TM Mahmoud, if you can choose that question.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Did you say my name? Yes, can you repeat the question again?
Where did you go on holiday as a child?
As a child?
Yeah, I mean,
where did you go?
First flight. You know.
Yes, I was about to answer the topic. Okay, so as a child, where do you go, or where did you go? Thank you, Table Topic Masters, for the lovely topic. My fellow Toastmasters and guests, it's an honor to be one of the Table Topics participants. And this brings me to a great memory. In fact, the first time I traveled was with my family, my father, my mother, my brother, my two brothers, and one lovely sister. During that time, we went to Saudi Arabia. We went specifically to Abha to have some fun and go through the nature. It was an incredible time with the family. One of the things I remember is about the honey. When we traveled there, we went to mountains, and these mountains had some Yemeni guys who were selling honey, and they sell it with container. You can't take a small portion. You must have a large portion of it. You must take a container. And we took two small containers with us, and the guys who we were traveling with, we called them Hamla. These guys actually were making a joke, and it went so far. They said we didn't take the 2 containers you bought. They said that to my father, and we paid maybe around, I don't know, was it 15 or 20 BD? So it was a huge amount of investment, let me say. And of course, I can't forget this journey. By the way, they actually returned the container. It was the whole time it was there and under the bus. The bus had a small space, or a space for every bag and every things we actually own. When we finished from Abha, I think it was around 7 or 10 days, we went to Umrah. And after Umrah, we went to, what do you say, Medina. So this was the loveliest, one of the loveliest memory of my childhood travel. Over to you.
Thank you, Team Mahmoud. Third commemorate questions. What was your favorite thing about your home? What was your favorite things about your home?
Can I answer to this?
Pardon?
Can I answer to this?
Yes, why not? You can.
Hello, Toastmasters, Masters of Table Topic Master, and yes, what was my favorite about my home? When we were child, my dad was working with international companies that we have to be outside of Bahrain, and one favorite house I do have in my mind that we were having 2 side garden, and one side of garden was very small, and another side of the garden we were having a huge trees and everything's there, because my dad was strictly not allowed us to go outside and play, because I know in Bahrain people were playing outside in the street, and children and kids, they are growing together. But with us, we were having this huge garden with the trees, and my dad tried to put everything and everything's in the trees, on the trees, and we were playing all the time. And I remember when we see Jackie Chan movies, we tried to do in the house. How was the house? It was in the middle and was having the sunroof. And all the time we were playing in the garden or going under the sunroof and reading books with my mom, especially during the winter or raining days. So it's my favorite house, and I wish if someday I want to make a house for myself, I will do one sunroof room and a big garden, because my kids in the future, they can play and they can have a fun and read books under the sunroof room. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Thank you, Team Ruqayya. Fourth commemorate question. What do you remember for first day to you as a teacher? This question for Fiddah. What do you remember for first day to you as a teacher?
Yes, hello, Toastmaster Sayyid Fadhel. What I commemorate about my first day as a teacher? Well, before saying what's the first day of being a teacher, let me tell you about my feelings about receiving the letter to be a teacher. And I should take that letter with me to the principal of the school to show her that I am a teacher in your school. So when they called me and I went to the university to Ministry of Education to take the letter, I was so excited. Okay, I felt that I was flying in the sky to achieve this achievement, being a teacher in my life. I was waiting for 2 years to receive this announcement, to receive this news, to be a teacher. And I was so excited. I don't know how to express this, but really, it was something great for me. The first day I was a teacher, I went to the principal of the school, and she welcomed me. She welcomed me warmly, and she said, "I think I taught you. You are one of my students. Actually, I knew her, but she didn't teach me. But I felt that she's like a mother to me." Her welcoming to me, and it was an intermediate school first, and the students used to sit in queues that time in the beginning. I thought they looked at me like their sister. I was young and they liked me. I think I have about 35, 36 students in the class. Actually, I used to teach for 3 days in that intermediate school, and it was great. Actually, I saw them as very young students, like primary. They were very short, cute, innocent, and I feel like I felt that I was a sister to them. Then they changed me to teach primary school, and it was boys. Actually, the teacher who took my place in intermediate, she wanted to move to intermediate. She was teaching primary, and they shift me to take her place. And that year was miserable, really miserable to teach boys. I didn't have a schedule. They treated me in primary school, boys' school, as a substitute teacher. When every teacher is absent, I used to take her class, maybe for a whole day. And really, the boys are very naughty. They can be patient for the first lesson, second lesson, third lesson, but in the end, it's hard to control them. It was good in the beginning, hard in the middle, but enjoyable in the end. So when I see my life in teaching, it was an enjoyable journey in teaching.
Thank you, TM Fadhel. I think same question I have to ask the Ja'far Abdullah. If you fourth commemorate, what do you remember for first day to you as a teacher? Ja'far Abdullah.
Thank you, Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest, good morning. Actually, it was a long time, and forgive me if I didn't forget the first day I entered the school, but I remember the first school. It was intermediate school, boys, of course. And I spent 2 weeks only, and suddenly I was shocked. The school was far away from my house, but I received a letter that they asked me to go far away for another school. The first school around 10 kilometers far from my house, but the second one was around 30 kilometers. So I spent half hour to reach that school. And they threatened me by saying, either you accept this school or you can resign. So I found myself enforced to accept the school. This is what I remember from signing. At that time, we realized when we are studying in the college that the life is beautiful, the teaching is beautiful. But when you face the actual, the real life, you struggled with the children, the kids, especially the teenagers, you will say, oh, you need to be patient. You need to be powerful a teacher to stay long and healthy mentally. This is experience about the first time when I was teacher. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, TM Jafar Abdullah. And this last of my questions, and back to you, the TM Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, TM Said Fadhel, for the awesome table topic session. Let's move to the last but not the least session. Please help me welcome our General Evaluator, none other than Toastmaster Vivek. TM Vivek, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atong, fellow Toastmasters. As the General Evaluator, my role is to hold a mirror to all of you. The meeting has transcribed, make sure that you can recover from the mistakes that you can make here, highlight the achievements, and in short, make this meeting a commemorating meeting. Now, before I go on to my proceedings, may I call the timer, Toastmaster Abdulaziz, to generate his report for the speakers and the table topic speakers. Toastmaster Abdulaziz.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. So we had two prepared sessions, and on each session, the time shall be between 5 to 7 minutes. Both of the speakers were qualified. Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla took 6 minutes and 40 seconds qualified. Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser took 6 minutes and 21 seconds also qualified. And for our table topics session, we had 5 speakers. We have only 3 of them were qualified. So let's begin with Toastmaster Nasser al-Din. He took 1 minute and 54 seconds, which is qualified. Toastmaster Mahmoud, he took 2 minutes and 42 seconds, which is disqualified. And Toastmaster Ruqayya took 2 minutes and 17 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser, she took 3 minutes and 45 seconds. So she's, disqualified. And lastly, Toastmaster Jafar took 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So he's qualified. Again, we have 3 qualified speakers, Toastmaster Nasser al-Din, and Toastmaster Ruqayya and Toastmaster Jafar. So that's all from my side. Back to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdulaziz. That was our timer generating the report. And now it's time for us to call the individual evaluators. For Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla's speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal. So may I request Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal to take the stage and generate your individual evaluation. Toastmaster Mahmoud.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. I was holding my horses before I actually speak. So my fellow Toastmasters, and in particular, Toastmaster Ahmed Abdurrahman, our star of today, who held his horses before he actually spoke. Let me tell you what I liked about Toastmasters Ahmed Mulla's speech, and also what I challenge him to do next time, and then finally I will summarize. To begin with, let me say what I liked about the speech. Lots of things. You can learn a lot of things by just watching Toastmaster Ahmed Al-Mulla. So to begin with, he was calm, he was confident, and he was communicating. So 3 C's I admire about Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla. By the way, Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla also achieved his project objectives twice, not only once, but twice. He told you not only about his mentor, who taught him about horses, but also he told you about the mentors who are us Toastmasters. So well done, great job. And let me go now to the challenges where I challenged Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla, and from watching and observing the speech, he had great gestures, he was calm, he was communicating. However, in my humble opinion, I think he could have used a better space, maybe just to give justice to the particular story that he narrated from the beginning. By using a space, he could have actually built up the scenes. You could find the struggle, and then by finding the struggle, we could understand how the mentor actually were in process. So this is the challenge which I give it to you, Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla. Take it into consideration or into application. The choice is yours. Finally, let me summarize. So by Toastmaster Ahmed Mulla, when you look at him, he's calm, he's confident, he communicates. The only challenge for me to him is to actually give him the chance to be a creator content or a content creator next time by building up the scenes, by showing the struggle, and then finally we could understand the message of this project, how the mentoring is in process. With this, I will hold my horses. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal. Very smoothly done evaluation, and our next evaluator is just as smooth as him. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Toastmaster Jafar Abdullah for evaluating Toastmaster Fiddah Nasser.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Fiddah. You convinced and inspire me with your speech that when you had a newborn, there will be a new life to take care of or after. General Evaluator and fellow Toastmaster, good morning. It is my privilege, or it is my pleasure to evaluate Toastmaster Fiddah, and I will divide my evaluation into 3 questions. How was the delivery, and how was the content, and how or what I suggest, and the last, what I summarize, or what is my summary. First of all, what makes speech memorable and could be able to be commemorated in the future, well organized and strong message. I really like your content that you have start forward opening and last, or at the end you call for action, or let's say the message for your speech, that creativity start by asking more questions. The second thing, the delivery. I like your delivery because I noticed that you have a good imitation of voice like wah, wah, papa, mama, and you have good hand gesture, especially when you say definitely, you mention like this, and you said stop, you use this hand gesture. And the third thing is using a visual aids. You use the 3 visual aids, glasses to mention the teacher, and the kinder surprise and the doll to show the baby. Congratulations, Toastmaster Fiddah, very organized and strong. Pretend that I am asking more questions to make the speech more powerful. Number one, when the kids ask a question, I think, or I suggest that the kids should be shorter than her parent or his parent. So it should be like this. The kids ask questions, so you face up instead of facing down. I feel there is some scene we as an audience imagine that the kids are standing or sitting. So I suggest that you raise your head, that the kids ask a question, Daddy, can you cook? Or Mommy, can you do something? This is the first that we have a go as an audience, we don't like to feel that there is some problem didn't solve. So I suggest that you give us a payback. What is the solution or resolution? In summary, I will organize a speech with a strong message and powerful body language. Just focus on the imitating the stand of the kids. I wish you all the best. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jafar Abdullah. That was our individual evaluation session being done. And now may I ask the timer, Toastmaster Abdulaziz, to give the timing report for the individual evaluators as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vivek. So Toastmaster Mahmoud, I mean, both of them are qualified. So Toastmaster Mahmoud, he took 2 minutes and 16 seconds. And Toastmaster Jafar, he took 3 minutes and 29 seconds. So he's so precise, he left a second for the disqualification. So he's qualified again, both of them. Back to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abdulaziz. And with that, it's time to release the poll. I'm going to give the poll, launch the poll right now. Kindly generate your votes for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, as well as the best evaluator. Now, as the poll is released, may I go ahead and start with evaluating the complete meeting itself. I'm happy to note that the meeting began on time, right on the dot at 8:45, and
Vivek?
Yes, sir.
The best evaluator only Team Mahmoud. Where is the other one?
Is it?
Okay. Okay. I see.
Yes,
Thank you.
and also Toastmaster Vivek, I can see all of the names for the table topics, and I believe that we had 2 of them are disqualified. So like I'll give them a pass or
even if someone is going to, for example, if it's in a normal situation or scenario, we'll be writing the name whatever we like and we'll be giving it. So if the person who's disqualified gets the most votes, we'll go into the next one who's qualified. Let it be.
Okay, sounds good. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Said Fadhel and Abdulaziz, for pointing these things out. Back to the evaluation itself, right around the dot at 8:45, the meeting started, and I thought it was a very smooth manner in which the president handled the meeting. He had spoken in depth with respect to the theme itself, and he shared his own memories relating to the theme. So that's what makes it, gives it a personal touch and makes it that much more wonderful, in my opinion. The only blip is that he forgot to actually initiate the meeting, but I'm pretty sure he will handle it the next time over, which actually takes us to the MOD. Toastmaster Atong, what now, apart from the slide error in the beginning, Toastmaster Atong developed a theme and got into a particular subject that got the club involved. That's exactly what is expected of a major role player, whether it is a TMOD or a table topics master. When you generate the kind of an interest in your audience, that's exactly what you need to succeed. So hats off to Toastmaster Atong for doing a fantastic job getting the club involved, and it was great to see different members share their memories about the TV and the mobile and what so have you. So that was Toastmaster Atong in action. Toastmaster Said Fadhel did a wonderful job generating questions. The only concern I would have about Toastmaster Said Fadhel would be I would appreciate if you could share the questions with the non-role players. For example, Toastmaster Darhana or someone who is not a major role player like the speaker or the individual evaluator. So I know that we are short in numbers, but let's all give a chance to the lesser role player when such a question comes up. That's my only concern. And now it's time to speak about the mini role players. Let's start with the counter. The counter is none other than Toastmaster Ruqayya Abbas. So Toastmaster Ruqayya, the stage is yours to give the king and the queen.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vivek, for calling me back. And let's go first. I will introduce or announce the king of which having lots of and hopefully next time we don't have him as a king again. Or actually, we have to go for the last one as a king and queen, right? Toastmaster Vivek? Toastmaster Vivek. Can you hear me?
We don't see him.
Okay, so I'm going with the highest one, king and queen. For king is Toastmaster Mahmoud, and for queen, as a lady, it's myself. So I'm going to report all. Toastmaster Mahmoud has 36 in total. Toastmaster Atong has 8. Myself, I have 10. Toastmaster Dehama has 4. Toastmaster Ahmed 1. Toastmaster Ja'far 4. Toastmaster Fiddah 3. Toastmaster Sayyid Fadhel 12. Toastmaster Nasruddin Asad 4. Toastmaster Vivek 4. And Toastmaster Abdul Aziz has 13. So overall, I wish next time Toastmaster Mahmoud has lowest, and wish you all the best. And back to you, Toastmaster Vivek.
May I join Toastmaster Ruqayya in wishing Toastmaster Mahmoud the same in timing as well as this. And now it's actually time to call our last role player before I call in the listener. So, Toastmaster Mohammed Abdul Nabi, kindly share us the commemorative report that you have of this meeting.
Thank you very much, our General Evaluator, fellow Toastmaster, and there is any guest, no guest. Good morning again. So I would like to thank all the participants. They have great and wonderful language. So I couldn't catch any mistake or any correction. I hear the word of the day many times from many participants. Thank you very much, and back to you, General Evaluator. Master Vivek, back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohammed Abdul Nabi. Now it's time for us to see what the listener has in store for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our listener, Toastmaster Darhana. Toastmaster Darhana, can you take the stage?
Fellow Toastmaster, good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Bringing back our commemorate right from the beginning of our meeting, is anybody can give me the brief meaning of commemorate that can start as a use time to time? Anyone can come up and share the question. It's just a brief meaning that can use as time to time.
A mobile, Nokia mobile.
Commemorate our what do you call this? Table topic, the theme words.
Toastmaster Darhana, I didn't get the question. You meant the meaning, a brief meaning, right?
Yes, a brief meaning that we can use it time to time. Easy words that we can use time to time.
I guess those memories that you cherish, okay, or you give value to. So those valuable memories always commemorated, or if there were persons, if there were, another use is eology, is the commemoration of a passed away person. That's one part of commemoration. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Nasser Al-Assad. Sorry for that. The next question is for bringing our commemorate to the first, right from the first meeting. Regarding about the speech of Toastmaster Ahmed, holding a horse, what does it mean and what does it bring us in day-to-day basis?
Think before you act.
All right, that's great. Think before act. And also,
what happened to the screen?
What happened? Is anyone can hear me?
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Yes.
Another question from the speech of Toastmaster Ahmed. What, in general speech, what does it give us? It is positive impact or a negative impact?
Of course, positive.
Positive.
All right, that's great answer. Positive impact. Next speech, bringing by Toastmaster Fiddah. Big question. In bringing a child to the family, whether it's a boy or a girl, does it give any changes in terms of love and care?
Doesn't change.
Doesn't change, right?
No.
Why? Because in the speech, if you go one by one in the speech, there is something changes, some conflict in terms of care or communicating with the child. So my question is, in general, all of what is the speech of Toastmaster Fiddah, does it give us a different relationship or respect to the baby, to the child boy or a child girl? Shall we give any different kind of care or love?
Yes.
How? I go deeply.
No, must be for the girl more care than the boys.
So the love of the boy is more or lesser than the girl?
No, less than the girl.
Ah.
I
The
think
girl must be more because
Fadhel is mentioning the love to, not the love from. The love to. The love to the girl is more. Isn't that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, but the father loves daughter more. But the mother loves the son more. It's opposite. Because we are male, we love our daughter, but our wives love their son or our sons.
That's why Toastmaster Jafar got 2 daughters and 1 son.
Yes.
All right, next, moving to the next question or pick up some lessons to all the speakers. We are still in the speech of Toastmaster Fiddah. As a parents, shall we stop when a child asking more question? Yes or no? And
No.
why?
No, we have not to stop the child asking anything because he will stop his thinking and his brain will stop stuck on.
Correct.
He will not be developed.
All right, that's good answer, Toastmaster Said Fadhel. And moving to your topics, Toastmaster Said Fadhel, I would like to ask, is anybody can commemorate the first question of Toastmaster Said Fadhel?
Describe your house, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, describe your house, yeah, because I answered it.
Correct. Moving to the answer of Toastmaster Mahmoud Jalal, how many container of honey he bought since he was on vacation?
Two.
All right, correct. Toastmaster Leila, you get the correct one. So you listen really, yeah? But you're quiet, keeping quiet.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just not really concentrating, but I'm with you all the time.
All right. Moving to the answer of Toastmaster Fiddah, achieving as the best teacher, what does bring excite to her? How she will, what is it praise her, which he considered as one of the teacher?
I don't know if you meant her situation with the girls when they're being as friends for her and they loved her. I'm not really sure about your question.
All right. Actually, she was overwhelmed and she cannot express the feeling of excitement when she knows that she was one of the best teacher. She doesn't know how to express her feeling, knowing that she's one of the teacher. And back to you. This is all what I get from my role as a listener, and I hope I shared the right points. And back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Darhan. I think that was one of the most wonderful listening reports that I've ever heard about. She went in depth, she checked your knowledge, and she made sure that people remember more about the meeting, which is how they can commemorate a particular meeting. So great job, Toastmaster Darhan. Hats off to you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to the end of my session. All the reports everywhere from everyone is done. And now may I hand over the control back to the TMOD for giving out the best speaker, best table topic speaker, and the best evaluator. Toastmaster Atong, the stage is yours.
Thank you, TM Vivek. Did you send me the report? I don't see the report.
The reports are sent both in chat and WhatsApp.
All right. Yes, I received. So today's best speaker goes to TM Fiddah. Our best table topic speaker, TM Nasser Assad. And the best evaluator, TM Jafar. Congratulations to everyone. Once again, thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity. And I also want to thank all the participants in today's meeting. Now I hand over the control to our president, TM Mahmoud.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Atong. We enjoyed today's meeting with you leading the meeting. Please give Toastmaster Atong a big round of applause from the heart. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmaster Fadhel, for sharing such wonderful topics, connecting them with the theme. And one last special thanks to the General Evaluator, who's always generous with his feedback. And finally, let me thank all of you who participated in today's meeting for giving such wonderful performance. With this, we had a successful meeting. Meeting number 395 is adjourned. You can clap. We don't have guests anymore.